Good morning, everybody. It's day 22 of our 100-day fitness challenge. Yes, I said good morning because it is 6:30 in the morning, and this will be the only time I'm going to be able to get my walk in. So I had to drag my tired butt out of bed to go walking because it is that important to me to get this walk in. Yeah, I was feeling kind of crazy when I rolled out of bed, but honestly, I have to work tonight until 9:30 at night. I go in at 1:30. I have a 9:45 physical therapy appointment this morning, and I have to go shopping before I go to work at 1:30. So, literally, this is the only time I'm going to be able to fit it in. So, here we go. Okay, everybody. It's really cold out here. It's about 50 degrees. I know that, some of you, not in California, that's still warm, but to my spoiled Californian butt, it's cold. So, but I'm gonna stay warm because I'm walking. So I wanted to talk a little bit about commitment. This is what you call commitment. Getting up so early. I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling what commitment is all about. Because I am not a morning person. I hate mornings. I am a late owl. I love to stay up really late. And YouTube, I guess. I'm usually up till 12 or 1 or later. YouTubing. So I still went to bed about 12 or 1, but I got up at 6 to get ready to come out here because I knew that I wasn't going to have an opportunity later. And so, if you want to succeed, if you want to be victorious, you have to be committed, and you have to just do it. But if you don't, if you ate something that you kind of regret that you ate, and you're feeling bad about it, you need to stop that. Because every day is a new day. And our mercies are new every day. And if God's going to give us mercy every day, you need to give yourself mercy every day. And so, you need to move forward. You cannot look back. You cannot look back. You have to keep going forward. Because once you look back, you're going to feel that regret. So, I just want to encourage everybody to not let any mistakes that you make, any poor choices that you make in the moment, dictate your future. You have to erase it. You have to say, okay, it's done. Move forward. Because that's where you're going to get your victory. That's where you're going to get your success from. So, just keep moving forward. We can do this. You know, I spent years falling off the bandwagon, per se. Going on a diet. Doing really well. I mean, really well, like I do. I'm kind of black or white. I never have a gray area with me. I'm all or nothing. And I'm finding that I'm in my all stage. And the pressure and the real success is going to come when I start feeling that nothing feeling. But I keep persevering forward to the all stage. If you guys can understand that. But what typically would happen would be I would do really well. I would not make one mistake. I would lose a certain amount of weight. And then something would trigger inside to internally scare me, per se, I guess. And I would just fall flat on my face. And it would only take one wrong morsel of food for me to say, forget it. I can't do this. And then there would be the weeks and weeks of negative self-talk that would keep me in that place. And I made a commitment to this, but I also made a commitment to the Lord this time that I would not allow that to happen. I didn't promise, because we're not supposed to make promises, but I did make a commitment to not allow that to happen. So that's why I say to you not to look back, because the minute we look back, we're going to fall flat on our face. We're going to trip. So that's why it's so important to me to convey that message to you, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has fallen off the bandwagon. Because when I fall off the bandwagon, I get dragged for miles and miles and miles. And so that's it. It's not going to happen this time, because this time it's important enough for me to not. This time my life depends on it. You know, I always had that mentality that, oh, I'm gonna go on this diet and for a while, and I'll lose all my weight. But in the back of my head, I was thinking, I can have that later. But you know what? It's not negotiable for me. I'm diabetic. I can't have that later. And I had this discussion with my husband last night, because yesterday was my mother-in-law's birthday, and he had bought a piece of cake for me. She wanted ice cream, but he assumed that I was going to want that cake. So he bought me a single serving of cake last night. And my favorite too, white cake with white frosting. But I just let him know. I said, you know what? I'm sorry, honey. Thank you for thinking of me, but I'm not going to eat that. I didn't say, now here's the key. I did not say I can't have that. I said I'm not going to have that. I don't want that. But thank you for thinking of me. I had to make sure he knew that it was a sweet gesture for him. Literally sweet. But I went on to explain to him that when you go through, and I haven't had surgery, but when you do go through weight loss surgery, you can no longer have sugar. Well, I'm diabetic, so I'm not supposed to no longer have sugar. I'm not supposed to be eating sugar anyway, especially that kind of sugar. So I told him, you almost have to, what I have to do is almost pretend that I've already had the surgery, because if I did have the surgery, that would be my life anyway, not to have no sugar. And I thought it was kind of interesting, because all this time I've been bucking against, kicking in against the goads per se, about not being able to have sugar. And it's been just a battle of my mind, because when somebody tells you you're diabetic and you can't have this and you can't have that, all of a sudden you want this and you want that, and it just becomes a vicious cycle. And so I have to just pretty much treat it as a non-negotiable, and know that that kind of attitude is what got me in the situation that I'm in. And so in order for me to get out of the situation, I have to turn from it, completely turn from it. So I let him know that I didn't want it. I also let him know that when he had weight loss surgery, he would no longer be able to eat that, because of course he ate that cake. He thought, oh, free for all. And so he ate it, but I let him know that he would not be able to do that if he had weight loss surgery. So, because it would cause that dumping syndrome. It would make him very sick. So, there's my stats. 7,612 steps. 3.67 miles. And